This is Najee Hampton. Okay, so today we're talking about merch. So I have Najee Talks merch, just my normal logo for sale. You know what I'm saying? We got the link in the description. We got mugs, we got shirts, I got hoodies and sweaters. You're gonna see me wearing these from continuing on. May not be in these certain episodes coming up, earlier ones, but as they go on and as I do my midweek rants, you will see them. And so if you would like to purchase them, please, it's a description. The link will be in the description, and please support as much as you can. Thank you very much.
Hello everybody, my name is Najee Hampton. This is Najee Talks. This is my midweek rant for the week. Alright, so this week I will be talking about Gotdamn Depression. Everybody's had it. Everybody's had it. They just don't admit it. But I mean, the best thing to do is, like they say, is just get it off your chest and like express it. I think part of the reason why I've realized that I have the willing to be like, okay, I'm gonna talk about the shit. It's, because like Big Sean in his recent album Detroit 2, he actually talked about depression. Talk about his suicidal thoughts and stuff like that in his past. You know what I'm saying? That's a lot. You know what I'm saying? To be out here like saying these like things, like be like expressing it, like acknowledging it. It's important for sure. So I'm gonna be bringing up some stuff in my life and expressing and stuff like that. So let's begin. So starts off childhood. People that knew my childhood, people that didn't know my childhood, pretty fucked up childhood. Wasn't raised with my parents. Was adopted at 18 months. Mom had Huntington's disease, so she couldn't take care of us. It's a genetic disorder that kills brain cells. And my dad didn't know. Well, I found out eventually they didn't know that she was sick, and he thought she was just crazy, so he left her. So that's the reason why we had a broken home. Because if he was still there around, I'm pretty sure we probably would still at least been there with him more than anything else. But he left too. Got a whole different family. Got married, whole new family and shit like that. I mean, we would still visit him and shit like that occasionally. On certain breaks and stuff. But it's not really like. I mean, it ain't really like, ain't like real, you feel me, like, but, so, adopted by my grand aunt. Me and Dom, Dave was up with my grandparents on my dad's side. My sister was raised by her auntie on her dad's side, because she was a half-sister. So, so that's pretty much, but we were lucky enough that we were, like, adopted by family, because a lot of people don't get that lucky, And the thing is, just the fact that we was all close, too, like, living. Compton and Carson are right next to each other. That's where, cause me and Dom grew up in Compton, Dave grew up in Carson, and then Nina grew up in, my sister Nina grew up in Hawthorne, Inglewood, yeah. And then sometimes like the valley should be like whatever, like grandparents out that way, granddad, whatever. Sometimes, but Inglewood. So we spent a lot of time together because we were close, so that helped a lot. And so we still go to our those type of families like gatherings and stuff for like holidays. So that's. So we usually do a lot of trips during holidays, like Thanksgiving and like Christmas Eve and stuff, and Christmas Day. And we used to do a lot of trips. And then now we also add Julie's family to it, because that's sis. So yeah. So doing a lot of shit. Growing up, I was very very insecure with my life, with myself and stuff, whatever. Especially when I got Chevy in middle school. I was Chevy from like 6th grade all the way to 11th grade. And I was very insecure about my life, whatever. But it was interesting because I did get bullied when I was young. But also a lot of times I realized that a lot of it was really because I was more so afraid of my mom, because I never got in trouble at school. So, because my mom was threatening the fuck out of me and I was scared of her, so I would never get in fights at school. So if you think about it, if you get bullied, like, you're probably not gonna say shit, because if you say something, then it's probably gonna cause a fight. So I chose not to say anything, and I kept getting bullied for that shit, whatever, right? Then so like when I was like me and Dom went in the same like school at the same time, he would be there for me, whatever, help me out, whatever. But I didn't. And it was funny though because all my buddies did eventually become my best friends though. That was pretty funny. And I was also smart, of course. But like in 7th grade, I actually decided to stop studying like that because I had to either keep getting bullied for my homework or just stop doing homework so I could stop being bullied. And it actually worked. When I stopped doing my homework, they stopped asking and caring. They was like, oh, he don't care. They'd be like, oh, he don't do shit either. So that's what happened. Became an average student. I mean, I was always a talker, of course, but I still talk. I talk more, pretty much. Basically, a lot less studying and talking. But that was pretty much middle school, high school, and it was only because I did a lot of stuff like extracurricular activities on top of my average GPA that I was able to get into a good school. And then I just ski, whatever. I had a great experience there and grew a lot there. But also I got to the point where I really was like a lot more comfortable with myself later on, and I had to do like a lot more studying with the schooling. I was like the program I was in, so it was more so mandatory. So I became more focused on my schooling at like near like the last little end. When I got into grad school, I was pretty much just like learning how I worked because I figured out that I had ADD, so I was able to like figure out how I should study, and so it helped me out a lot better that way to do my own shit and stay my own way, and it actually worked. So, but yeah, so but yeah, so like the insecurities I had growing up, whatever, when I was young. So like there were plenty of times like it wasn't even like weird, like it wasn't even like suicidal thoughts. It was pretty much a lot of like curiosity, I guess, like just like height stuff. You just be sitting there like, go on roller coasters. I went on roller coasters. I wasn't afraid of roller coasters. Dom was though, but I wasn't. Like I wasn't scared of that shit. And when I was sitting there like holding or breaking shit, like I really would not want it to. But if you're up here high enough, whatever, and it slows down, you're gonna be looking. So you're gonna be like, oh man, like you're always sitting there thinking about it. I think everybody did that at least. Like sitting there like, man, what if type of shit, or if like when I had been in like a high hotel like in Vegas one time, and then I like looked down and was just like thinking, but it wasn't like on some like suicidal stuff like, oh man, I just want to be done, I'm tired, like type of shit. Like it wasn't even about that. It was pretty much just like curiosity, like sitting there like, so I wondered what happened type of shit. Like not like afterwards, just like then. But it wasn't really like that, like, oh I'm done, like type of stuff. Like it's never been like that for me. So yeah, but that's pretty much it, whatever. But that shit. And then of course, like when I lost weight, I did a lot. I had like a growth spurt, lost weight. I did a lot of shit at the same time in high school, like 11th grade. So I got cocky, but it helped though. I needed it. I definitely did. But then like this was always like one thing I had that grew with me when I was throughout my schooling, because every time I would go from different schools, I would never have the same friends. So elementary to middle school was never the same people because of the different schools I would go to that nobody else would be at. So I'll have like friends in elementary, and then they would all go to one school, and I would go to a different school, and I'd be like, damn, like. It'd be occasional if you like. It would get like it'd be occasional, like there'd be like someone there from the same elementary. Occasional, it's rare. Middle school to high school was a little more than that. Like a few more people, a little handful of people that was there, like Dion and like Roland and Iris. Like those like the small group of people that transferred from Enterprise to Kingdom Drew. So then from there. Yeah, and then so things I was already used to it being like that anyway. So high school, high school actually got a lot more friends and stuff. I actually enjoyed it, but once I lost weight and got more confident, I enjoyed it a lot more because I joined like Little Daddies, and after I joined Little Daddies, it was a lot more enjoyable because it wasn't like it was just a playful little clique we were in. We had started our junior year and became popular. It was literally like the only, because we didn't have like gangs and shit like that. Our sports was just like, we didn't have like football, so it was like, football is like not as much of a like jocks school, so we had like we had basketball of course, and like of course like cheerleading and stuff, like some volleyball. I was at volleyball for junior and senior year. We eventually got baseball and softball. Soccer, eventually got soccer. You know what I'm saying, like those things, whatever. But like we didn't have football or anything like that. So without football, it does make a difference though. Like, cause that definitely does show the that whole like dynamic of how things work. Like we had the jocks and shit, but they were just cool though. They were still cool. Like they were just cause it was just like basketball people. It wasn't like fucking like baseball. I mean like football. Like football for some reason makes a big difference. Like. Now, of course, the basketballs and the cheerleaders, they would be together, but the thing is, it was like, I don't know, I could feel like it was just like a difference. Like when if we had added football in there, it would have been such a huge difference to people there. It just like the dynamic that we'd have. But everybody was cool with each other. Like everybody was like, everybody was tight. Like it was like us, like cool little like groups. Like I said, like little cliques. Like and the thing is, it was like because we didn't have like gangs like that, whatever. It was a migrant school, so we had like little cliques. Little playful cliques, like I said, low daddies, and we also had the big boys, and like those basically became the main ones that we had. So I became, I'm always part of one, of course, and so and then other people was part of the other one or whatever. So it was just like pretty much those are the two ones we had. Like, and the big boys were like literally just people that were just like they hung out on the bricks together, and that's pretty much how they clique became. My homeboy Darnell, he was the gentleman that became both. He was a big boy first, then he joined Little Daddies. Oh man, that was funny. Hood hopping. But it was a fun little thing, whatever. And like no real bullshit about it. I mean, but we would just hang out like and stuff, whatever. For little, and just like it was just like a cool gathering we would have, and then after we had graduated, like. I already didn't really expect a lot, because I already was used to like being isolated from people and like not having ties and shit. I did have a small group I want because I came there with Jasper and his brother Will. And then I'm tripping, Malik, Nicole. I think that was just the main people that came with us from King Drew. I mean not King Drew, but just from like LA, right? So that was the people that we came over, whatever, and then but of course we met a lot of other Cali people that we got cool with. Huntsville people we got cool with. So we had like a Huntsville Cali clique. It was a fun thing. They had handshakes and everything. It was nice. It was fun. And Cali people had their own handshakes. Me and Mariah do that shit. I'll still do this shit now because we came in the same year. And so it's like every Cali person that came in that year usually they had that pretty much had that little handshake going on, which is dope. We love handshakes. But yeah, so but you know how it is, whatever. Like we have a little, you start off innocent, hang out and shit, whatever, and then as you branch off more and more, things happen. Things change. For me, like when he had his home, met a friend named Bryce, who was from Cali too, from out here, LA. And we got, we knew each other. Yeah, we all like hang out and stuff. And so we would just be like, so we started like, so they were they're in the same building, college building, and so they were just like, so they had like things in common. So them and then another dude that we hung out with from Huntsville, they were all in the same section, right? And then like me and like Will and like Jasper and like some of the other college people were like, that smoked a lot because the other people didn't, whatever. So we smoked. And then so when I didn't like smoking, I had to leave. And I was like, I can't do this shit no more. So I just stopped doing it. I stopped hanging out with them. It was easy for me. Like I said, I'm used to being isolated. I'm used to being not having ties and shit. It's easy, and it's not hard. It's not hard to just walk on your own. As a cancer, like we can be isolated for a time. We can do that. It's okay. Especially if it's like simple as just like going to like spending because the thing is if you spend most of your days, think about what you do all day, right? Because you're in school, right? So you have classes, right? You go to your class. So if I walk to my class by myself, doesn't matter, right? Walk to my class between classes. You usually see somebody when you go because you have classes with people, of course. So see people from that you've met before, or just people you meet in the class, or whatever, right? So you can quit those people, whatever. It's a class, so you have different classes, and then usually you probably end up seeing somebody that while you're walking through classes happens a lot. And get that school especially more and more I was doing things, whatever, more and more I was meeting people, So more and more people I would know. So that happens. Then but then when you go to the cafeteria, like the only issue like you would have is just like eating by yourself. So the thing is, it's like that place is made for socializing. It really is. It's called the social quarters. That's what it was named before. But yeah, so the calf. It was so basically it's like, so if I ever just went by myself, I would. The thing was, it was a great thing because by the time I got inside second semester, I already knew a lot of people. Yeah. And so the thing is, so all I had to do was just see somebody I knew and just be like, hey, can I sit with you and eat? Yeah, sure. And then I just sit and talk to me, and then leave. Go back to what I was doing. Because the thing is, I was different from everybody anyway, because I had a real ass job. Like, I had a work study job, but the thing is, like, my work study job was real. It was like research. I did research, and like, not just like on some like half-ass assistant shit. We did real shit. Like our supervisor made sure our shit was real. Like, nigga, I was a grad student in undergrad, and that's what changed it up too. Because I was always the one that was like, even when it was like, I would always be the one to be like, I would have like right after class, I would have to go to the lab and work. I enjoyed it though. Of course, the people I was working around with was cool. You know what I'm saying? I loved that what I did. And then after I get off, I would go and meet up with them. You know what I mean? With my people. You know, this was like back when I was still hanging on a job for them. So I'll go hang out with them for a bit. I mean, like, you know, just like, you know, it would only be like a quick minute, and then we would go to the calf. But I didn't like being sociable. Like, I hated that shit so much. I couldn't do it no more. So I was just like, yeah, I'm good. But the thing is, like I said, because I always had a full schedule of shit to do. So it didn't really matter that much, honestly, when it came to that. I eventually found some friends, Stefan and Simba. And so we was cool for a minute, but then after that semester, we didn't know a lot. But then after that semester, we was in the same dorm too. But after that semester, we ended up, they left. So then after that, so you see how it is. Like, I'm always fucking off and on. It's not always me. Then after that, it was so people that I've actually been cool with for a long ass time now. Furman, shit. I can't think of that name, bro. Oh my god. Fabian. Vermin and Fabian, because it was cool before, and I met them. And we was in the same dorm at the same time, Russell. And it was like a small, little chill, like sophomore dorm that we were in. And he didn't even care about us. The dude didn't even care about us bringing girls in, so I was happy, because I was just in young where they was fucking hectic as fuck about it. So mind you, this time I'm like, hell yeah. And I became Mr. Russell. He was like, shit. Man, that was fun, man. That was actually the first year I decided to do other stuff in my life, like clubs and stuff. Because before that, I didn't do shit. That first year, like, you don't want to do shit when you be high all the time. Like, you don't really you're not motivated to do shit. Like, you just want to chill all day. But like, when I stopped doing that, like, it changed up a lot. Changed my mindset. I was in Kai Club, but that was it. But then like I said, sophomore year, became Mr. Russell. So with that then I had a Miss Russell that was like there, and we had both was in the what was it called? The gala. The gala was something they have every homecoming. Yeah, homecoming week. Gala is like what the Miss TU does every homecoming. It's gala during the week where it's like a whole like dance thing that they make. And the thing is, like, every Mr. or Miss of an organization or a dorm gets selected. I mean, gets to, you know, be in the performance. So that was dope. And I did presents for Cab League twice. So I was always used to that, whatever. So that was fun. And it was fun because I was the last Mr. Russell, because after that it turned into a girls dorm. They started like changing up rules after that, just having like guys and girls like on opposite sides and shit. Like, stop giving a fuck about shit like that. I was like, man, like, why did they do this shit when I was here? But it's fine, whatever. But yeah, man. So then Birmingham and Fabian or whatever. So I did that. So they was cool. Hung out with them a lot. Then I joined. I did. Yeah, actually, because that fall I joined track. I did so I joined track with Vermin, because Vermin was running track at school. So I ran track with him, and then so a lot of people I met that I've been cool with ever since is B-Lee, Champ. You feel me? Like, all those people that I got cool with from just like the track team, because I did a lot of the preseason conditioning with them. And then ever since then we've just been like cool, because I was still like hanging out with them a lot since then. And then. Oh yeah, and at the same time when I was doing that the conditioning for track, I was also joining a drinking fraternity. But I did a lot. But the thing is, the only reason I even joined is because Jasper convinced me to join it. Because I wouldn't even vote with him like that. But he was just like, yeah, man, come on, let's do it together. Me, you, Will, and Rashad. Not Rashad. Rashad didn't join after us. But it was me and Will. We had joined together. And I was pissed because it was like, it was a lot of shit that kept happening that really made me feel like, fuck. Not regretting it, but come on, like him. After we crossed, he left. Him and Will left us one time at the club. Me and my other line brother, he left us at the club one time, bro. And we were lucky because my other line brother was able to get these girls to let us like ride in the car with them to the way back to the campus. But I was pissed, like damn, like you guys can't even like call and tell us what happened. Cause it was like a whole situation that happened, but they didn't like. But we rode with you guys, like. If you guys are just pissed, like, just stay in the car and wait. Or just call us and say, hey, we're going to leave. And just say, if you guys want to leave with us, come on. Or you can just be like, we're going to leave and we're going to leave you guys if you guys don't want to, like, want to leave. You know what I'm saying? Like, at least, like, let us know ahead of time to be like, all right. But they just left. Like, the fuck, bro? Like, that shit's dumb. Like, I was like, and after that, I was like, man, I'm done, man. That was literally it. That was the last straw. And then it took that nigga forever to even apologize to me. Like, he can't even apologize like a normal person. Like, that's the worst, bro. Like, if you can't even apologize to me, nigga, we've known each other since the 9th grade, bro. It's sophomore year of college, bro. We've been, like, we were roommates that second semester of freshman year, too. And we joined a drinking fraternity together, bro. We line brothers and everything, bro. Like, and you can't even fucking come to me like a man. And we're in the same fucking dorm right now. Sophomore year, too. Bro, you could have just come down. You could have just came up to my floor and be like, hey, you know what, my fault, bro, about what happened. Sorry. Just easy sorry, leave it. But he had to be on Facebook, bro, Messenger to tell me, like, sorry. Like, first he said, you still mad? Like, nigga, like, clearly. Then he said, sorry over that. I'm like, come on, bro. You can't even be direct about it, bro. Like, or at least text. Like, you could at least text me. Like, that still would be better than Facebook. How indirect can you be? You feel me? Like, you act like you even got a nigga number. Call, text, something. At least say text and say, hey, can we talk? Or just at least ask. Like, text it in that, whatever you said in Facebook, just say, text it like that. Like, I would at least take that over the Facebook shit. I still would have been mad though, of course, but not as mad, because it still would have been more personal to be like texting me to be. Like, nigga, you acting like we don't know each other. And that's what made it worse. So you see how this shit is, man. Man, so but I would say that me being isolated actually helped it a lot, because I was able to do a lot on my own. I was comfortable being to myself, because even like there were times when I would like walk a lot. I was always walking, of course, in Tuskegee, and I didn't have a car. But then there was a time like I had moved further from where I was before in Tuskegee, so it was like a further walk than normal. Because usually the first place I was at like a 15-minute walk from school, but the thing is like now the other place I was at was 30 minutes. But I used to always walk back and forth, no matter the time or whatever. That was like pretty much like that. That was pretty much all my like comfortabilities of the neighborhood, comfortabilities of isolation, being just walking and shit like that, whatever. So I did this shit a lot. But also it was also a root of loneliness. Of course, just isolation, of course. But I can do both. I'm an ambivert, so I can do both. I can be it to myself. You know what I'm saying? But I also can, hang with people and stuff like that. Like, 'cause back when we had parties and shit in our first house, I was the one that didn't care about doing all that social shit. Like, that was Vermin's shit. Like, Vermin's side was like, I'm doing social. I'm making sure everybody's like having a good time. I'm gonna make sure everything's going right. I mean, like, he says like, make sure everybody's having a good time and stuff like that. That's him. Kevin was the chill one. They'd be like, I'm just gonna play the music and relax. Not care about really much or anything. As long as I got my beers and my dog, I'm good. Like, that's how it was. And then I was always the one that makes sure the rules were right. So I was middle. So I was able to like socialize with people and like get them to, like, to break ice and stuff like that, whatever, and talk to people and stuff like that. But then I was also the one to be chill. Because the thing is, because when we first got started doing them, I was like, I was doing my processing as a Freemason. But then when I finished that shit, and was raised, Then after that, that's next semester, that fall semester, we started having more parties and stuff, and I was able to, pretend them and stuff like that. But, the bros, like, the bros and the stars will always be there. And so the thing is, that's family to me. So of course, I'm like, they come to the house, whatever, like, we didn't charge people, whatever, so it didn't matter. So, but the thing is, like, so when they came, we would just be like, in the living room chilling. Like, people would be like downstairs in the basement, or in the kitchen and shit. Like, people, it got packed like that, like, front and back, yards be filled. It's like, everything was like, packed, bro. But I didn't care about that shit. Like, honestly, I would never be down there. I think it was only one time I ever went down there. It was so funny. I got in trouble. It was because this was like not the first year. It was like the year after that. Cause by that time, me and Elijah were already dating at that time. Actually, officially dating. So the class that came in after that. So I was cool with these freshmen at the time. So the homegirl Simone, her friend, apparently liked me, I guess. But the thing is, because how she was, I didn't really care. I wasn't attracted to her. But I also kind of like, I was like the type of person that cared about doing things to help people. You feel me? Like, that's how I am, but right. So I went on my way to be like, I don't know how I ended up downstairs, but I ended up going downstairs for something. I feel like Elijah wanted me down there or something. I forgot how I got down there. That's probably the only reason why I even went is down there. But I don't know. I think Simone was like grabbed me and was like, hey, you dance with my friend, whatever. I was like, alright, cool. Like, so I just started dancing with her. Then I just saw me, bro. Everybody was scared for me. It was like, oh shit. I'm like, oh shit. I'm like, oh. Then she grabs me. Go upstairs. She's like, I can't even get you to come down here. How the fuck you get down? How you get to? I can't even get you down to dance. How you get down there? How she get you to dance? I was like, it wasn't on purpose, like how it happened. But yeah, that was the time I really got in trouble like that. That was funny though. Oh, good times. Well, yeah, I have great memories. I get those parties. A lot of great memories, man. So many. But then afterwards, I'll always be the one to make sure everything was straight. Like, that's how it was. I was the one to make sure everything was right. Worked well, right? Went well throughout it, before it, throughout it, after it. I had a game plan. And the thing is, we started having a team, so our team would help out. So I would clean. So the best thing was, the smart thing to do was just clean up outside first. So make sure that none of the neighbors would complain. That's all we had to worry about. That's how I made sure we worried about that after that night. And then we just like rest, and then we would wake up and then clean the house. But we didn't care about that until the next day, because it's just a priority thing. We don't have to do both, because so it's because the thing is, a lot of times when we start, because those things start dying down, doesn't mean that everybody's leaving. So it doesn't mean that you have to really doesn't mean you really get the opportunity to clean like that. But you do get the opportunity to be like, okay, I'm gonna let's do outside, and then from there we can go inside. You can do outside because nobody's there. Once everything, outside's good. All right, cool. And then we get inside later, like rest up and shit. Like, what I'm saying, usually people cook. Fabian usually cooks breakfast. So we, whoever's there, whoever's there at the time, they just eat. That's pretty much how we be. Niggas just cook for everybody, whoever cook. But yeah, so that's pretty much how it was. I mean, it was fun. The thing is, it was like, because we always had the parties, our house became very open to people. Like, really though, like motherfuckers would just come in our house. Like, that's how we chilling, bro. Motherfuckers just walk in like, oh, what up? Or sometimes we've had times we were like barbecuing and shit, we barbecuing in the front yard. People were like driving past, like, oh shit. And so like they were like, be like, I had some food in the freezer. I've been trying to cook. We've been trying to grill. So I saw y'all, so I decided to just bring them over. Like, we have that. Like, things like that happened a lot. But yeah, so good times with that though. But yeah, like I said, the thing is, it was like pretty much like a middle with it. I can do both. Socialize, I can chill. You feel me? I just make sure things worked well was a good thing. Then we moved into the second house. Shit changed a lot. Fabian moved out. We actually didn't include Furlough in the new house, because it was like Eric had the house, and Eric was like asking if he wanted to move in. Vermin was like, alright, it looks cool, it was a nice spot. And he had just moved in too. Eric had just moved in, but he was asking us to move in, so me and Vermin was talking about it, so we had moved in. But the thing is, it was like when we moved in, it was like around the time of summer, like in the fucking that semester. So summer came in, Eric was gone, Vernon was gone, like so I was the only one there because I had to be there for school. I had class, so I had to take my major, and then Elijah was supposed to be like trying to find her a place in the job, so she ended up staying too. So she ended up staying at my place while she was doing all that. And so the thing is that she usually just go home, work her job she was used to working on breaks and stuff. But she decided to just stay, and that was pretty much the downfall. Because as people was doing things, and I realized that I wasn't as much of a provider as I keep trying to be in the Midwest because I had missed we were doing it for my EBT, so we were broke on two fronts. Cause all I could do is, cause usually I really could just rely on my own shit, like with the money stuff. Like all I could do is my fucking job paid bills. Like any extra money I would only get if I ever got that grant. Cause I had a grant that I was kept getting, but it got cut in my last year. I didn't know. The last 2 semesters got cut in half. I didn't know. They didn't tell me. So it got cut in half. So that's the reason why I had the whole situation with financial stuff. Because usually those grants help me pay off my schooling situation, like to get me moving on to the next one. So what happened was in the fall, it didn't happen like that. Well, also in the summer, because it was like I had to take on another loan because they didn't have any like funding for us for the program because it was small and people didn't want sport, so we didn't have any funding. So I had to take out extra loans for the summer, and I took out a credit card for that too. And then on top of it, when the fall came, then I found out about the half shit. I was like, fuck. So I wasn't even able to pay off my fall semester. So, but because I was in like, doing like the my internship, whatever, like at the labs at that time. So I was just working, and it was like, and then so when I came back in after the fall, I came back in the spring. They were just like, yeah, like just like keep working and shit. But the thing is, like, so as the depression when Elijah came in, she noticed that a lot of people was just like doing stuff and she wasn't progressing, so it made it hard. Now I had to focus on my schooling, I had to focus on my fucking job because I had to take care of these fucking students that came in, high school students that came in, and aside all that shit, I was worried about. Now also I had to take care of the house because nobody else was there, and the landlord kept fucking thinking that people were there but they really weren't, even though technically Eric did sublease it, but I had to act like it wasn't her stuff and it was someone else's. It was a lot. And then she kept thinking that, and Elijah was standing there, even though she was, but I was just like, that's my girlfriend, like what's the issue with her being here, like like so the thing was like a lot of shit, like I had to take a lot of bullshit I had to take just in that summer, like so many fucking angers getting hit, bruh. And then I had no fucking like funds, and she had no funds to help. And I kept having to fucking think about her the whole time while she was like not doing shit. Like it was rough, so fucking rough. And like so the thing is like that depression shit was hitting me too because like that shit was heavy. Like a lot of anxiety was fucking with me. Like I was stressing, couldn't even think about helping her. Of course, I had so much shit going on at that time. It was pretty much the worst time for that to happen. And then the thing is, it was like, kind of felt like, I don't know why I thought that we should have like, that we felt like, cause like, so then like at the end of the summer, when school started back up, our friends came back, she ended up getting a job and a place at the same time. So she left, and then so we basically weren't even like talking, seeing each other because we had been surrounding each other so much, whatever. So we felt like we needed, so we just did like so we can get like space and like to breathe. But we didn't realize that we needed to like really like break up to give ourselves that full break and to breathe and recover and stuff like that, whatever. But I thought I needed her for certain things. Eric was telling me I didn't. He was like, bro, you don't need to be with. I don't need to be together right now. Like this shit's not a good thing for you guys. It's not healthy. And the thing is like it's not coming. It's not like it's anything that's you're able to. It's not like you have anything to help her with now. Because she has all this stuff, which is good. But then also, it's not like she has anything to help you with, whatever. So it's pretty much pointless. So when I told her I made up my mind to do it, do the breakup. And the worst thing that happened was because we had started talking like her freshman year. So pretty much all her friends and my friends were pretty much similar. And so and it's like the school is small, place is small, a lot. It's not that many people, so of course we were gonna see each other a lot. And she would try to see me, like it wasn't even like try to see me. It was just be like we would see each other in the same events. and I would be drunk, and so of course I'm drunk, I'm emotional. So it's the worst because she wouldn't be emotional. She would just come to me normal. That's the worst thing about depression, the fact that she doesn't have those memories. Because a lot of people, with a lot of friends and shit, like were like that. Like I got fucked over too from that too. And so like that whole emotions, I got cut off with me. But I still had them, so it made it really hard. It's like pretty much like having it's like losing someone, honestly. Like depression shit is literally like losing someone. I mean, because we were best friends and shit too, lovers and everything. Like, and so the thing was like when that happened, it was like I lost the best friend, lover, and everything. Like, bro, I had nobody to fucking talk to. I was alone. I fuck. And things then after that, it was kind of hard for me to try to fucking date again because of everything that happened. Like I already opened up my soul, and I had to get back to fucking doing that shit again. Like that closing the shit back up to just to break it open again. Like it was weird. Like I already broke down my shit, my walls and shit. So it was really like my soul was just fucking pure, like fucking raw, pure. So it made it a little hard. So even like now, like it's still like that. You have the best relationship, and you know, so it's kind of to fucking like have. I don't know. It's not I don't try. I've tried many times. Like I don't get. Like I've been trying, but I can't keep a girl. Like it's weird. Like. So a lot of loneliness. And then with college school, last summer I had like a lot of like non-clinical experience for a whole fucking summer. That shit sucked. So I had a lot of fucking confidence that I lost. I was insecure about about what I was doing. It was rough. Like it was fucking horrible. Like that whole summer. Like goddamn. Like if you ever saw any of my groups, like groups, like guest episodes during that time, it was horrible. I was complaining and shit the whole fucking time. And then in the fall, if you hear me if they're in the fall, you'll see how it's different because I'll get more confident because they were able to like listen, and I was able to know what I needed. They were able to like give me what I needed to learn, so I was able to learn a lot more that way. So I got a lot more confident in the fall, which is great. But then when this how happened with the expulsion stuff, but also like after the breakup, my creative juices did flow like a motherfucker. That is what happens. So real shit happened from pain, from real pain. When I got expelled, it wasn't depression because I was used to it with the already having to deal with the suspensions before, so it wasn't like new. The only thing was that and then also at the same time I kind of didn't really want to continue chiropractic. I was actually a lot less stressed after that shit was done. My mom was happy too when I finally told her about it. She was like, "I'm so happy you ain't got to keep kissing their asses." And I was like, "Yeah, like I'm happy because I knew it was gonna be a lot more stressful if I would have passed." So my subconscious, I kind of didn't even want to fucking pass. Like even though I could have passed, but I also had like stuff going on with my mom. Talking about my mom and Dom and stuff, whatever. But if I would have passed, I knew it would have been fucking horrible. Like the whole like catching up for a whole term, pretty much half term by the time I would have started, and it would only been 2 terms, so it would have been half a term and a term. But that half term would have been heavy. All the shit I would have had to do, but I would have been so fucking stressed out. Like I'm happy that didn't happen. But it's not meant to be. Like everything ain't meant to be for everybody. And so it is what it is. I'm accepting it. That's a good thing. But then when I lost my mom, it was rough because I was like, dating somebody at the time and talking, whatever. But I was like, and she had ghosted me literally right after that shit happened too. Like it was like, fucking like really. I was so pissed. Like all the times you wanted to do this, like why when this happens to me? Oh man, I was on because usually if I don't have a girl to talk to, I'll have my mom to talk to. But now I have neither. This shit's rough. And the thing is, it was like I spent like all these months not even fucking like the emotions didn't hit because I had nobody to talk to because there was nothing. I wasn't doing shit. Like honestly, this whole fucking time like that, like that would be more sociable, like social things, like because of the shutdowns, because of me just doing like delivering work, because of me just being with my grandpa and my brother, whatever. It's family, brotherly, and manly stuff, like not like mother, like women, talk about the stuff. It's a difference for sure. But I finally was able to get it out during my birthday, and I've been so happy. I've been doing it ever since. Grateful. You know what I'm saying? Like I've been progressing ever since, which is good. And then when it came to also with the loneliness situation, I decided to cut a lot of women off that I had any type of history with. Not all you included, but it was only because those that I did that with were the ones that I had no actual. There was no reason to keep them around or even like have any type of hope. Because it was like a lot of them were pretty much not doing anything to progress my life, and that's how I had to see it. And if I didn't see it that way, then I was just gonna keep fucking hanging on, hoping, using old memories. It doesn't work that way. So now I have nobody. Can't keep anybody. But I have gotten to the understanding that my talk show is how important it is for me to vent and for other people to get their their ideas out and their opinions and learning their talents. Like I just recorded with fucking EJ. That was the last recording I did. EJ, the person I've been that I was like helping produce her plays or whatever recently, and she is like doing a lot of good, like she's doing some dope stuff. Like you don't even realize it. But the thing is, that's like how it is with that. Like a lot of people are like that. Like they be doing shit you don't even know, or going through stuff you don't know. But the thing is like I'm like really sitting there like, cause even like the ones I had recorded before, I of course I watch them. Literally, that's the first time I ever watch them. When I edit them, I just like, so it's the first time I watch them. So whenever I do watch them, so this new season I'm watching these are all like old videos, and just like each one have been all really good, really dope episodes, bro. Like Dion, I was like sitting there looking at her. She was just like, yeah, it's a lot of changes since then. I was like, but like you see like the like how her mindset was then, and like how she's like utilized that mindset and like grown from it now, which is great. Shayna. Like talking about I'm like sitting there like I take all that in, like I listen to them. It's like watching fucking new episodes of stuff, like of a good show to me. That's where I see it now. What was the third one? The Tanza. That was a really good one. Talking about that balance. That was a good one too. Like the balance of relationships and work. I like that one, especially because it was like, because they have their own like. I like how they, what kind of like. How they set it up, whatever, like, because they both have that drive for their own things, and so like now they have their own, like, when they do, they're busy, like, but the thing is like they'll schedule shit, like they have a game plan, which is great. I like that. Then the last one I just posted was with Christina. Bro, Christina does like so much dope stuff. Like, and the interview was amazing. I saw somebody had commented and said, "Who's interviewing who?" I was like, "That's funny." It did seem like that. So if you watched it, you get why they said it. But it was a good one. It was just like pretty much. I see it as as being on the same level. What we had going on and stuff. And so I was like pretty much like, I was curious about what she had going on. She was curious about what I had going on. So we would just talk, and that was good. I liked it. Like I said, I always appreciate, like I get the chance to really watch them like it's a brand new show. It's not like I watched them before, watch them again. Like no, this is like the first time, so I watch them and I'm like, oh man, like this is good. Like I like this. Like this was like a really good one. Like, and I'm also like, if you watched before, you've heard that I've talked about my program. I've read a program, so like I'm very happy that I've had it. I'm just nervous about. The thing is, I'm just depressed about the fact of me not worrying about money and shit. Because the thing is, I hate how things are now with me. With finances, because it's just like life fucked in, the universe fucked me 3 ways at the same time. First it was the job shit with the money. The second one was the car, so I can't even fucking get money. The third one was EBT, so now I can't even fucking get food. Like, this is the worst time. Like, it happened again in September too. Like, this is the worst time for all three of these things to happen. Because if I was just like worried about money, but had the car, I can still at least work and make money to feed myself and to pay bills. But the thing is, because we don't have the car now, it's worse because now I'm sitting and stressing about worrying about being able to take care of, like, just because I hate not being in control of this situation. Like, because if I would have had the money, I would have just fucking got the car taken care of ASAP. But because I didn't have the money, now I had to rely on Papa to loan us the money. I'm gonna pay him back, of course. Like, I'm grateful for him, and I'm grateful that he's a mechanical. He has a mechanical history, so he's able to utilize those skills. We can we can work together and fix it and shit. But the thing is, it was like, but if I just had the money, I would have just took care of it like I've done before. I just did everything, paid for somebody to do it and everything like that. But it is what it is, though. I'm glad, grateful. It's just taking longer, and I'm still trying to wait. And I've been applying for jobs. I've been having interviews, and it's like, this shit's rough. And I'm still waiting to fucking see about me getting this fucking unemployment shit back on. It said the 7th, but I'm nervous. But I need to pay my. So if I get it, that will be amazing. And if it's like the back money from the times I didn't get it before, then it'd be more amazing. But then if I just get my normal amount that I got last time, it would just be enough to pay my phone bill. Well, at least I can pay that because I have to pay that shit today anyway. But yeah, but at least I know I'll at least get the money for that. But like I said, I can't even fucking do anything else. But luckily I was able to. I had to reapply for fucking EBT. So, but they said I will get it this week. So now I'm just nervous about what day. Now I'm just like, okay, so I'm just anxious about that. But yeah, a lot. But also, when it deals with, I really think honestly I'm at the point that I'm, because of the stuff I'm doing with this shit now, with the show, and the fact of how my plans are gonna be with work, with when I get done with these programs and stuff with the school, because I feel like after the first one, I can probably find me a good job. Because if I find me a good one, just like a side, a job now to to have money, but then when I'm done with the schooling stuff, I'm gonna apply for a job, and I failed. So I can, do that, and I'm pretty sure it'll be better off, and then, go from there, whatever. But I'm still gonna be doing, the other programs and stuff, keep going, keep climbing. I'm trying to get my doctorate in 5 years. That's the game plan. 5 years. Was it 2025? When I'm at what? So in 5 years, I'll be 34. Because if 29 now, 5 years, 34. 34. I should be a doctor. Because it shouldn't take me that long anyway. Honestly, it really shouldn't. Because if I finish this bitch, I need to finish this bitch soon. I'm trying to get this shit done as fast as possible without rushing, of course, But the thing is, if I get it done and then I move on to the other one, it's only 3. So that's the game plan. So I'm trying to get through the smoothest shit as much as possible. You know what I'm saying? But I got hard at 5. Stretch it out a little bit. I'll probably be done before that. That's the game plan. But the game plan, I'm trying to stretch for 5 years, doctorate, survive better. But so that's all I can do. So I'm now I can really do it. Just think about these things. You know what I'm saying? I'm over, putting in work with the camera, putting in work with the show, putting in work with the class, putting in work trying to find a fucking job. You feel me? I'm trying to focus on these things, whatever. But I feel like, I'm probably not gonna get married soon. It's pretty much past that. Now I'm just trying to focus on shit I got going on now. Probably no children either. Probably not tagging me, probably. Yeah, that's late. Later on, bro. I'm already about to be 30, so fuck it. I don't even care at this moment. It is what it is. But I really got other things I need to focus on. That is what it is, though. I'm happy that I have these things to focus on, though. So that's good. But that's pretty much it. Thank you for listening. Namaste.
Thank you for watching the episode. Before you go, please subscribe and hit that bell so you can get notifications. Because I know you don't want me to continuously send you DMs and text messages every week. Instead, you just get notifications every time I upload an episode, Sundays, and then when I upload my mid-weekly rants on Wednesdays. Thank you, and have a good day.